Stream is underway. Stream is underway. Take a look here. Make sure all the emails went out. Looks like they went out. Come on. Perfect. Awesome. Hey Nitro, how's it going, sir? Starting to stream out. Hopefully everything is kosher. I'll talk about some stuff I did today and hopefully fix the stream. I hope. So we'll just give a couple more people some time to come into the stream. The stream today is an open forum. It's open topic. Free for all. And Q&A. So whatever you guys want to talk about, we will talk about. Just going to give it another minute or two. Cool. Awesome. I have many people in Amino. You got banned. What'd you do? Which Amino group? I would say a good chunk of my subscribers came from Amino. A big chunk, actually. All right, Ultimate. Glad to see you in. The DC one, one of the DC Amino groups I was a part of, I left that group. I was a part of two different Amino groups. One of them I left. I was posting some information about something as a blog, and one of the admins decided to ban that post, and I had a discussion with them, and I decided to say, you know what, if you're gonna have a guy that brings a lot of eyes to the product, a lot of people, I bring some of my subscribers to your forum, and you don't want to at least unlink this ban, then I'm done. Bye. And I quit that Amino group. I left. I wasn't going to deal with people like that who think they have power and they can sway people's opinions, even though the object that you're talking about in the actual post is legitimate. And I decided not to do that. For people who are not familiar with Amino, it is a think of it as an old bulletin board system where you can actually meet up with groups. They have pretty much everything on Amino. I think it's strictly through mobile. I know you can get it through Android. I'm assuming you can get it through iPhone as well. I would make the assumption. If you want to see what it would look like, you would have, when you go to the actual Amino, like here are all my Amino groups here. You can kind of see them when it focuses into place here. I'm part of all these groups. So it's pretty cool, actually. Let it focus in a little bit so you can kind of see what they look like. And you can actually chat with them. And the one I'm on right now is the DC Entertainment one. That's one I'm still on. The DC Universe, that's the one I left. I left that one. I wasn't going to deal with their shenanigans any longer. So I'm like, nope, nope. So it's 9 o'clock now, and we're going to start the stream up on time. This is an open format for anyone who's in the chat right now. Thank you guys for stopping by for the stream, the Monday stream for 4/30/2018. Drink of choice today is going to be Mountain Dew Ice, and then I'm going to switch over to Dr. Pepper Cherry, which is the Jurassic Park cans. How was the stream for you guys? Clear, no issues, sound okay? Hit me up in chat, please, before I start flapping my gums. Let me know how it sounds. I believe Collector and Hobbies is out toy hunting right now. He's trying to get some WWE stuff, so he's not going to be in the stream, I don't think, so. If the stream sounds okay, looks okay, we'll start off the chat. Yeah, I remember. I have an actual Batman fidget spinner. I got one out of a subscription box, which I'm going to talk about subscription box in a second. So let's actually kick off this stream real quick here. You can't hardly hear me, Jackie? Let me make it a little louder, a tiny bit louder. Any better? I got Raw right now recording on DVR, so I'm going to watch that. I usually watch the Raw stuff after the stream, so that's going to be after the fact. So that was going to be usually around 10 o'clock. I'll start my DVR up to catch up to where I left off at. So I think I caught the first 10 minutes of the show, 20 minutes of the show. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing in the stream today. It's going to be an open format. It's going to be Q&A. But I want to drop a couple points off first before we do anything, just to set the record straight on some stuff. Please, 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 as I mentioned in the description box when the stream went out to you guys in the email alert, no Avengers spoilers. We're going to steer clear from any Infinity War stuff. That's what I was about to talk about. No spoilers. It's weird because most of the description boxes actually come from Canada. So I'm going to talk about them in a second. So no Infinity War spoilers. You could talk stuff about it, but as long as you're not spoiling anything, don't mention any people who dies, don't mention the plot, don't mention the story. Steer clear from that because a lot of people have not yet seen Infinity War, and I don't want the experience to be tainted because I saw it on opening day. I was kind of privileged to see it on opening day, but I don't want anybody else to be spoiled or get mad about it. So we'll steer clear from any Infinity War spoilers. We'll keep the language like we normally do. Keep it PG-13 because there are children who do come into my stream. I mentioned in a video I put up yesterday, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely take a look at it after this stream. We have 4 people in chat. Thank you guys for hanging in here. Stream's holding strong right now, but I'll talk about that in a second. Black Panther's okay. No issue with Black Panther. In the update video I did yesterday, I talked about 2 important things that are happening on my channel right now. First and foremost is my loss of subscribers, which I'm trying to bounce back with that. And the other issue is the stream. If you haven't watched that video yet, I'm not going to bore you about what I talked about. You can take a look at it after the stream. But the stream itself had an issue and had a problem, and it affected me last week pretty badly. I was having issues with the stream locking up and crashing and getting what are called encoding errors, or what are called overloads. It's the process in which the encoding tool that I use, which is called OBS, what you guys see right now on your screen, is spitting out data too fast to the system to actually understand what's going on. It's think of it as taking I use an analogy here. Take a 6-ounce shot glass of water and try pouring 12 ounces of liquid into the shot glass. It's going to overflow. That's what's happening with the OBS stream. It's pushing out data too fast. I was trying to throttle back the data, basically choke the machine to make it catch up and not move so fast. So what I talked about in that stream was going to do either one of 2 things. I was going to either power the machine off, power it on, which I've done several times, and that's not a fix. I know that for a fact. But the other thing I was going to do was to uninstall the software completely and reinstall it, because it might have been a corrupted installation, which happens. Yeah, Nitro, I absolutely agree. OBS is the big, sort of the monkey wrench in the works, so to speak, because you're stuck using this piece of software to communicate to YouTube. In case people are not familiar, YouTube doesn't have its own proprietary software to communicate with streaming. You have to use a third-party tool like OBS, what I'm using right now. And the problem is that since it's not their proprietary software, all they care about is getting the data to YouTube. They don't care how you get it there, but as long as you get it there is all they care about. That's why a lot of people use OBS in what's called an open source format, meaning there's no proprietary. It's a product neutral product, meaning it's not held by any one company. Everyone can basically use it, sort of like free licensing, free domain, or public domain. That's what people usually use it for. And it happens with a lot of streamers and a lot of people who use YouTube and Twitch. So I did a full reinstall on the software. Luckily, I was able to keep my settings intact, which I'm assuming they probably saved the settings in the registry, most likely, because the software's been deleted. So I have to make the assumption it's saved in the registry. So I'm hoping this uninstall and reinstall the software will fix my encoding problem. I'm hoping it might be just a simple issue of doing that. I'm hoping. I don't know if it's my network card. I've replaced the actual Wi-Fi connector several times. This will be my 3rd Wi-Fi adapter. So I'm hoping it's not the adapter that's causing the issue. It could be the adapter, but I don't know. So I want to get all that stuff out the way first, and you guys know I'm rambling a little bit. So let's talk, I mentioned a second ago, before I do that, let me talk about 2 things first. The first thing is Worldwide Wrestling Podcast. A lot of my streamers may not watch it, may not do anything about it. I actually host with another guy that comes into the stream regularly. He's a subscriber of mine named Collecting and Hobbies. Him and I actually put together a wrestling podcast that comes out normally once a month. It might be twice a month now, based on the WWE pay-per-views. We'll talk about events happening. We talk about the WWE stuff wrestling, pro wrestling, and we'll talk about the non-WWE stuff or the independent wrestling, which is what I talk about. We're going to be shooting the next episode of that this coming Friday, if you're not aware. We're going to be talking about the Superstar Shakeup for WWE, which was a few weeks back, and the Greatest Royal Rumble, which was just completed last Friday in Saudi Arabia. So that's going to be this coming Friday's stream. Hello, gentlemen. How's it going, sir? Thanks for coming in the stream. So we're going to be doing that on the podcast, and probably a day or two later it'll be going up on Buzzsprout, which is where we host all of our podcasts. We're eventually going to go into iTunes or Podcast One. We're not entirely sure yet. We have some big announcements that we're going to be doing in the podcast, hopefully in the near future. Some really good changes, actually, so it's very, very cool stuff down the line. The other thing I wanted to address, and Johnson touched base on it a second ago, was... Nope, they're not great. You're completely honest with that. QnA, which is Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, or now known as Impact Wrestling, it was originally done by Dixie Carter and Jeff Jarrett, who actually had that company. They're not that great. Their belts look nice. I do agree. I think their belts look way better than WWE belts. I don't like the WWE tag belts. I think they look really bad. The Universal title looks horrible. Not entirely sure. I don't know if it's an exclusive one. I would recommend going to easiest place to find anything nowadays. Just hit up Amazon. I would go to Amazon or Entertainment Earth. You probably go to Entertainment Earth for that. If you do, let me know. I could probably get you a discount on it since they're one of my sponsors. I do some stuff with Entertainment Earth. I'm going to be doing a giveaway with them with Entertainment Earth in a few weeks. It's going to be a pretty cool giveaway. They're going to be I'm going to be doing a full case of the Pocket Pops. They're sending me a full case of that to do a review for. So that's going to be a review with a giveaway component attached to it. But one of the things that Jonathan mentioned about was subscription boxes. And I want to touch base on this just for a second here. Yeah, I think he is actually. Touch base on the subscription boxes. I think the subscription box is pretty much hit a bubble. I think the subscription box themselves have been like the stock market bubble. I think it burst, in my honest opinion. There's still several subscription boxes that are good out there. I mean, I still get Collector's Case every month. I don't have any issues with Collector's Case. They still do really, really good. At least it's a very consistent box for the price point at $25 US. I really don't have any issues with Collector's Case. They still go well with me. The big issues, we lost Nerd Block. They went out of business. They're rebranding themselves to another product, and I think they're done and gone. Geek Fuel's still out there. I'm not a big fan of them. They have lots of issues. Their boxes are not consistent. If I was in charge of Geek Fuel, I would go a different direction, because one of the things that Geek Fuel is really known for are their pins. And I have some examples here. If you've never seen my unboxings of Geek Fuel boxes, the Geek Fuel boxes have pins, and that's their big thing. And I did a couple of their Geek Fuel boxes, and they're really cool. This is one of their pins here. It's basically they took homage to the old DC Superpowers line. So they made a Flash pin. It looks really, really cool. It looks very similar to the actual feeling of the actual Superpowers card and how it was designed. It looks really, really neat. And of course we have the rare one, which was Aquaman. So I think these pins that Geek Fuel makes are very cool. I like them a lot. And of course I actually spent some money. I think it's about 30 bucks for this guy, and I actually picked up because I love me some Space Ghost. And that's their big homage is these tanks. They have like this tank guy they have. That's like their mascot, so to speak. And they did one all based on Cartoon Network guys. You had Johnny Brobot, you had the Dexter Droid, you had Power Drone, Geek Fuel Meat Widget, and you had the Space Ghost, which is a rare pin. So I do like these pins that Geek Fuel does have. If you want my honest opinion, they should take those pins and make nothing but subscription boxes for those pins. I think those pins are very, very cool. That's the best part of, in my honest opinion, of Geek Fuel. They should charge maybe 15 bucks for it. Kind of, sort of. They should. I would charge $14.95 and make just a little box of those pins. Do like one of those big cool pins and maybe some small little like rinky-dink things, but go for like 15 bucks. That should be their business model. That's what they should do because they do it very, very well. Geek Fuel, if you're looking to get, if you're into pins, that would be a box I would recommend because that's what they're really known for, their pins. And I think they have very, very cool pins. Not I, for Groot. But moving on. Like I said, Geek Fuel is a good box. I've seen One Up box. I have not yet bought into that. That's a pretty good box because I think the price point from that box is pretty cheap. I think for the most point, I think One Up box is a box that's about like maybe this big. It's a very, very small box. It's a very lower price point box. If you're looking for a box on a budget, I would recommend One Up box. I have not yet done it myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. But a lot of the big boxes have crashed. Bandbox I used to do, but Bandbox I have no loyalty with them any longer. They're doing a lot of artwork, a lot more artwork and stuff like that. I decided it's not worth the money, and I steered clear of Bandbox. A lot of people like Bandbox, and you're more than welcome to like it. I just don't like it. They did a spin-off for, I think they call it their horror box now. So it's like a spin-off of Bandbox, but for horror. Of course, there's the big guy around town, the big powerhouse, which is, of course, Loot Crate. Loot Crate is not my opinion. In my honest opinion, I'm not a big fan of Loot Crate. I think Loot Crate is not worth it. In my honest opinion, the box they got so big so fast, they kind of lost direction and lost the idea of what made them important. So I'm not a big fan of Loot Crate. Oh, did you? Cool, dude. Thank you. Did you send it to the P.O. box? Gentlemen? Does the... it tastes sort of like Sprite or 7-Up. That's what it tastes like because it's lemon lime. In my opinion, it's very much like a... think of it like 7-Up and Sprite sort of tasting. If you like 7-Up, you like Sprite, you'd probably like that. If you're curious about, I don't know if you can see the contents on it as far as what it has inside of it. It has 100 calories per can, 25 calories of sugar, and of course there's caffeine in here, which is fine. I think it's caffeine. It might not be caffeine. No, it's caffeine. There's caffeine in here. It's alright. Not the best drink, but it's okay. If you're looking for a different sort of tasting, sort of like Sprite-like drink, they sell it in cans like this. They sell it in 20-ounce bottles. They sell it in 2 liters as well. But as far as the boxes go, I'm sort of kind of at fault where if I only have one box I'm dealing with now, I deal with just Collector's Case. Not because all the other boxes sucked. They were okay, but they weren't consistently good. But I think they were all right. In my personal opinion. The best one I thought was Collector's Case consistently through month to month. So I recommend Collector's Case if you're looking for a good box. If you want to get Collector's Case, let me know. I could probably get you a discount on a box as well. But we lost a lot of boxes. We lost Nerd Block, which for a while was very, very good until they went going near out of business. I was actually recommended as one of their openers for last February, not this February of 2017, but not 2018, but 2017 in February. I was their subscription box opener of the month, which is very, very cool. I never got no one ever sort of said anything about me like that. So I was very, very cool to see my name on their website. It was very, very sweet. I definitely had a lot of fun because of that. They sent me a free box out because of that, because it's what they normally do. They sort of memorialize you for that. And they had a listing of their top 10 unboxers, and I was number 1 for that particular month, which is very, very cool because I didn't usually you would have to send your review to NerdBlock. I never sent it to them, and they just simply comp me a box, which is very, very cool. So as far as my concern goes, I would say Collector's Case is probably the best box out there. Now, we lost Legion of Collector's Core in March. That box is now gone. There's a lot of stuff with the Funko boxes that are going to be going to different companies. I know Amazon's going to get a special box. I know that I think GameStop is going to be getting a box. I believe. I could be wrong there. But a lot of these companies are devoting to picking up the pieces of those those subscription boxes that Funko did. So, and I think it's Disney is going to Amazon. I believe that for a fact, and I think it is Marvel. I think it's Marvel and Disney are going to go to Amazon, as far as I know. I don't know about the other ones yet. They have not yet released all the information. But if they do them, it might be either a monthly box. It could be a quarterly box. I'm not entirely sure what they are. So I can't say whether or not those boxes are going to go to different merchants or not. I'm thinking that they're probably going to do the DC one probably through maybe Amazon or Hot Topics. I'm guessing. I don't know. I think that would be a very, very cool idea to do it through GameStop or Hot Topic. Hey, OMG, how's it going, sir? Thanks for coming in the chat. We have 8 people in chat right now. Very, very cool. If you didn't know, get a drink here. I did a subscription unboxing. Well, I can't call it subscription unboxing. It's a mystery box opening. I did it. It's doing very, very well for me on the channel right now. I did it. It was a Hot Topic Crunchyroll, sponsored by both Crunchyroll and Funko. It was a mystery box. There was a chance of pulling a Chase Rare out of that. It was a 1 in 6. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, definitely take a look at it after the stream. It's doing pretty good right now, actually. I'm getting close to 500 views in the last, I think, 6 days it's been up. So it's doing really, really good. Usually, gentlemen, from what they'll do at GameStop, from what I've seen, they can call other stores in your area, and they can tell you who has it in stock, and if they have it, you can put it on hold, and then you can just go and pick it up. That's what I would do. I've done it before, where I knew a specific item I wanted, and I couldn't get my hands on it. So I had GameStop call a couple different stores in my local area, told them to hold it, and I went out and picked it up. So I have done that before. I know that's absolutely in the cards. You can do that. 7 people in chat right now. Awesome. So, I mean, that's what I think of subscription boxes right now. I think they're on the trending down right now, unfortunately. I know a lot of channels that are out there that do nothing but subscription unboxing. That's their entire channel. And I know they're not doing great right now. I've seen a lot of degradation for those boxes. Big word of the day. But I've seen a lot of those boxes go down as far as the popularity of those boxes. So, I'm not sure exactly why. I would just tell them to put it on hold if you can get to that store. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, that's basically all the basic stuff I wanted to talk about right now up front. We went at about 20 minutes, so I'm going to open up the channel to you guys. You're in control right now. What do you want to talk about? People who just might have gotten to the stream. The only thing off limits for chatting right now is Infinity War spoilers. We are not going to go there. We're not going to mention that at all. I don't want any Infinity War spoilers in this chat. If you do, I'm going to boot you from chat. I will tell you that right now. Fair warning, I'm not using kid gloves today, guys. I'm being completely honest. I want to keep this spoiler-free, especially for people who don't know anything about it. Creepypastas. I've heard of creepypastas. I believe those are basically like scary stories. Things like Slender Man. Things like Slender Man I think would be considered like creepypastas. From what I've heard. I'm not a big fan of them. I've heard the terminology. I know what they are. Eventually I want to do an entire stream of something that I'm kind of guilty of it myself, is conspiracy theories. I definitely want to do a full stream of just conspiracy theory stuff. I think that would be very, very fun to do, in my honest opinion. Only because there's a couple conspiracy theories that I know for a fact that are basically ingrained in fact. And that's the biggest thing about conspiracy theories, guys. Most of the time, there is a grain of truth to it. The problem is that the grain of truth sort of just skids out of control. And that's the biggest problem with conspiracy theories. But I do want to do a full stream on conspiracy theories. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Or you want to talk about more creepypastas? Go right ahead. This stream is in your guys' control, not mine tonight. I want to have you guys talk. Absolutely. Whatever you want to talk about, minus Avengers Infinity War, is open game. I'm going to see Solo, definitely, if you guys are curious. I'm not a big fan of that movie. I don't like everything about that movie. I've mentioned it before in other videos. I don't think that movie should have been made. They should have made the Obi-Wan movie before they made the Solo movie, in my honest opinion. I don't think that movie should have been created yet. I do think if they make an Obi-Wan movie, they should. Let's see here. I think I did all giveaways for those. I believe. I think they're all gone. I believe. I'd have to look. I'd have to look. OMG, but I'll look. I'll look. Do I watch wrestling shoot interviews? I don't watch a lot of shoot interview stuff. I know what you're talking about. Let me give some clarification about that in case people aren't wrestling fans. Toronto mentioned shoot interviews. Shoot in wrestling means you're going off script. You're going in what's called business for yourself, and you're talking about whatever you want to talk about, and you're trying to either get yourself over or bury somebody else. Usually, when you have a shoot in wrestling, that means, again, you're going off script. That's what it basically means. I haven't watched any of the shoot stuff. The biggest shoot stuff that you would see nowadays would be older stuff. I'm a big fan, Toronto, of older school wrestling too. I'm a big fan. When I grew up in wrestling, I used to watch people like, Hogan. I watched Mr. Perfect, Ricky Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man, the Junkyard Dog. I watched stuff for the NWA stuff, a lot of old school Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, back in the day when the Four Horsemen were the Four Horsemen. I watched Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, the Freebirds. Smile Dog? I don't know what Smile Dog is. But that's what I used to watch. Coco Beware, another perfect example. Coco Beware with his Ghostbuster finisher. Absolutely. Demolition. It was funny because collecting in hobbies, I actually played him the Demolition song. He didn't know who it was, which was very, very funny. Roddy Piper, another great one. Absolutely. And the next drink of choice is Dr. Pepper Cherry version. These are the Jurassic Park cans. I'm probably going to see the new Jurassic Park movie. It looks good. It looks good. A little different. Absolutely. See something here? The heck? Stream's holding really good, guys. No issues. No issues in the stream right now. So hopefully the fix, it's 24 minutes in and it hasn't crashed. So it leads me to believe hopefully for people who just jumped in, I did an uninstall, reinstall of the OBS software, and I'm hoping that fixed the problem. So far I'm not running into any issues. I want to test something real quick here. I want to test that button, make sure it goes. There goes my little dude dancing. But I remember when wrestling was wrestling back in the day. Wrestling is not what it used to be. But I used to watch the old stuff. I like some of the old shoot interviews when you had, like, for example, you had Piper's Pit. My Funko budget per month varies. It all depends, really, what's coming out. I know it's going to be pretty high in June or July because that's San Diego Comic-Con. Those are when the new wave will come out for the convention. So I think I want to say June or July. I want to say it's June, actually. I think it's June for the new SDCC releases. So hopefully it'll be good. Last year's Emerald City Comic Con was horrible. I believe New York Comic Con was better than San Diego last year. So I'm hoping that there'll be a better one this year for San Diego Comic Con. Still out of work at the time, but we shall see. Jurassic Park pops are good, Jackie, but please take care if you get the Velociraptor, only because that foot peg for the Velociraptor is extremely, extremely weak. If you plug it in and you try to remove that peg, because it comes on a round disc like the normal Funko Pops have. It's a very, very small foot peg for the Velociraptor. If you push it in too hard and try to pull it out, you're going to snap that peg. So be very, very careful about it. I actually broke mine, and I threw the entire pop away. I was so disgusted by that, I was mad. They are coming out with a 10-inch T-Rex, which is going to be a Target exclusive. I've heard about that one. I was hoping they would. That is the right call. That's what they should have actually made. They should have done that one. Instead of releasing it in the standard size, I don't know why they made it that size. In my opinion, that was wrong. They shouldn't have ever done that. Yep, I remember that. Oh, I was mad. I was mad at myself for breaking it. I was really mad at myself. To my opinion, it was a quality control issue. And when a company puts out something like that, in the quality it was, that's very, very bad in my honest opinion. It could have been just been mine. It could have been mine. I looked at the T-Rex one because the T-Rex one is very, very similar to the Velociraptor. So it has a very, very big head. It cannot be displayed without that foot peg, without that stand. Without that stand, that guy's going to fall over. It's very, very top heavy. But I checked the foot peg on the T-Rex pop compared to Velociraptor, and it's 3 times the size. It's a very, very thick peg compared to the Velociraptor peg. So definitely take care. Anyone who gets those Jurassic Park pops, take care if you're displaying them. Make sure that you don't push the peg too hard, or you're going to snap it when you try to take it off. So definitely take care of that one. Again, it could have been mine. It could have been a QA issue just on my end, but I don't think it was. But I was definitely mad. I was pissed. I was mad because, I mean, yes, the pop was about $9 or $10, and I could have put it back in the box, and I could have displayed it without the box. But I wanted, because he looks very, very cute, and I wanted to display it out of the box. I'm definitely going to pick up the blue Velociraptor. He's coming out as well. I don't know if he's going to be exclusive. My gut's probably telling me he's probably going to be a Hot Topic exclusive, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. But I'm definitely going to get the blue Velociraptor. I think he looks good. I don't know if it's out yet, Jackie. I'm assuming it's either going to be coming out soon or it is already out. I've not yet seen one at Target, but I definitely want to get my hands on one because that's the right size it should have been. That's how I would display it. If I was going to display it, I would display it with the other, like, I wouldn't display the T-Rex with the T-Rex, the small one with the big one. I would display the T-Rex with the Velociraptor. Just because you want that scale difference. You want that difference. Okay. We have 8 people in chat. Thank you guys for staying. So yeah, Jurassic Park pops. I think the next new wave is coming out. But what else do you guys want to talk about? Anything else that you want to discuss? We've got creepypasta. We got some Jurassic Park stuff. We have shoot interviews. Oh, I was mad at myself. I was really mad at myself because I did that. Usually I don't like breaking my toys or breaking my collectibles. I try to take things. There's Sappy. She's walking in the background. I try to take things very, very, very much with the aspect of keeping these things as mint as I possibly can because I don't like my stuff falling apart. I'm not a big fan of that. Sure, gentlemen. Ask away, sir. We're going Q&A. If you guys want to do Q&A, we're doing Q&A. We're doing open format. That's what this entire stream is about. You can ask questions. You said you had questions you wanted to ask, Jackie. Go ahead and fire away. Ask away. 6 people in chat. I had no clue about those shows either, Toronto. None at all. And the weird part about that box is they had a pair of chopsticks on the very, very top of the box. To me, that means there's something edible inside that box. You wouldn't just stick a pair of chopsticks in there. That's like, for example, if you have storytelling, when you show somebody something in a movie or a TV show, and you talk about it, or you show them it, and never talk about that thing ever again, that's bad writing. You're going to talk about something, you're going to display it, you're going to tell the audience, you're going to give me something and not have it pay out. That to me is bad storytelling. Yeah, that particular box is at Hot Topic. They got them in early. That's how I was able to shoot my video a little early. They had them in about a week early. That's how I was able to get it out quicker to my audience. I think it sold out pretty fast, actually. And there was a chance in that box, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, you can pull a chase. It's the same guy, Elias, but there's a chase version of him. It's 1 in 6 on that one. I agree, Toronto. I don't know why they would. I was even saying in the video, I have a feeling there's going to be something edible in this box, which is what I thought when you have chopsticks. That gave me the impression. I think that was bad that they did that. Yeah, Jackie, as far as the 10-inch T-Rex, I have not yet seen them. I have to look at, I'll have to go Brick Finder to find it, because I've not yet seen it. Have I ever experienced any paranormal activity? Yes, I have, actually. I have paranormal activities happening all the time, actually, to me. Um, at least me personally. Not necessarily with aliens per se, but with spirits and ghosts and things like that. I have actually had it happen. I've heard, it's going to sound funny, but I've heard voices of spirits. I was almost in a car accident, pretty bad. I fell asleep at the wheel, and a voice woke me up. Literally, no one was in my car. I literally heard a voice, which was very, very odd. But yes, I've had paranormal activity, and I do believe in aliens. I do believe in the supernatural, in the afterlife. I believe in all that stuff, which would be a nice another stream as well. That could be another really good stream, talking about the supernatural. Absolutely. I'm not talking about the TV show, the supernatural itself. Absolutely. And if you're curious, Dr. Pepper Cherry is very, very good. Very, very good. I've had it before. This is just a, I think they even call these collector cans. Limited edition. Right there at the top. Limited edition. Do I know the way to where? What way are you talking about? What way are you talking about, gentlemen? I don't know. But yes, I do believe in the supernatural. All that stuff. Stuff like MK Ultra, if you don't know about it. Oh. No clue. MK Ultra is a real thing. I'll be talking about that in the conspiracy theory show. I'll talk 9/11 because there's a lot of conspiracy stuff about that as well. Uganda Knuckles. Nope, never heard of it. Oh, an old fart. What do you expect? I have no clue. The only thing of Knuckles I know of is the Sonic character. That's all I know about. I haven't played any video games in a while, in years. The last game I played on PS4 was I played Shadows of Mordor, and I played Destiny, and I played The Division. Those are the last games I played. Yep, I agree, Toronto. And that's one thing people forget about is Tower 7. A lot of people forget about that. A lot of people forget about that. That three towers, three steel skyscrapers all fell down in one day, which was a record, a world record, because no real skyscrapers have ever fell because of fire. Ever. Sure. I'll take a look at it after the stream. But yeah, 9/11 is definitely conspiracy theory stuff. MK Ultra is. Bohemian Grove. I'm going to talk about all that stuff. Definitely. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's more adult stream when we do that one, but a lot of kids might not understand it. Yeah, no. I don't look old. I'm in my early 40s. I look like I'm maybe late 20s, early 30s. I aged well. Yep, that burned for days, actually. People were talking about thermite as being the case. They've actually found thermite at Ground Zero, which there shouldn't have been any thermite. Thermite, for the audience who doesn't understand, is a special type of chemical that, when mixed, burns super hot, super fast. It's sort of like a liquid lead. That's what it looks like. It burns extremely hot and extremely volatile. Let's see here. Yep, the neothermite. I highly think they did that. I really think they used the neothermite, which I'll talk about that on the conspiracy one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, he should have got suspended, Funko. Absolutely, gentlemen. Absolutely. I do have family members that are still recovering from the Valentine's Day shooting at the Parkland High School in Stillman Douglas. I live about 15, 20 minutes from the actual high school. I have family members who actually went there. It was a pretty messed up situation. Very, very messed up. But yeah, Toronto, we're going to be talking all sorts of that stuff on the conspiracy chat. Absolutely. I'm going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, what I think. And I could be right, I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion of what I think could have happened, or what may have happened. But as far as gentleman goes, the kid, yeah, that guy should have been suspended. Very, very bad to make fun of something like that. Even though the country was ran by an idiot back then, and was once again ran by another idiot. So when we have a guy who's, and it's funny if you think about Trump, he's basically he won the election by doing a wrestling promo. He was playing a heel. If you really think about Trump, he is the ultimate heel in wrestling. He actually showed up in WWE for a while, and he won the presidency with a heel promo that you would do in wrestling. That's what he basically did. He was a heel, and he won, which is very, very funny, actually. Everybody does, Toronto. He is a heel. Think about it. He's the ultimate heel. He's the guy that everybody hates. He is the perfect heel. That's why he worked with McMahon. That's why it worked perfectly. That's why it was very, very funny. He won the presidency with a wrestling promo. And it's funny because if you think about it, people have talked that maybe Oprah Winfrey might be running in 2020. People are talking maybe even The Rock might be running for president as well. I could see The Rock going and winning. That'd be great. Let's see here. Why would you skip out of that stream, OMG? Not into conspiracy stuff. Oh, and if you were curious, I do have the Stoneman Douglas bracelet. I always wear that. I never take it off now. I'll definitely do a paranormal stream. I'll definitely do a 9/11 stream. Well, it's going to be a conspiracy stream, not necessarily 9/11. It's going to be all sorts of conspiracy stuff. Let's see what we got. We got 7 people in chat. Good. That was the biggest problem we had, Meek. Thanks for coming into the stream, sir. Was who do you take? Do you take Hillary or do you take Trump? They're both bad. Either way you slice it, they're both crap. But, I mean, personally, I voted for Hillary. I did. I thought, in my opinion, that Hillary was the lesser of two evils compared to Trump. Personally, I didn't like either of them. I would have went independent. Yep, she's walking around. And if you didn't know, I've talked about it many, many times. She's actually diabetic. My cat Sapphire that you see walking around in the background, she's a diabetic kitty cat. She gets insulin shots twice a day. She has special food, special medication. So she is an actual diabetic cat. Cats can get diabetes, if you were curious. It can happen, actually. So, yeah. It is something that's out there. It was kind of scary when I found out that she was diabetic. It was very, very weird. Yeah. Having The Rock as president would be cool. How come, Meek? Why would you vote for a woman president? Why would you? Or why wouldn't you? You don't think she'd get the job done? I mean, heck, Michelle Obama would have been a good president. I mean, both candidates weren't good to begin with. Be quite honest. If we look at both of them were wishy-washy to begin with. That's right, I used an old word like wishy-washy. Both of them were bad to begin with. Who do you take? I mean, if you had The Rock, it would be Trump would get killed. Trump would get killed if The Rock ran as a Democrat. Trump would get crushed. The Rock would crush him on the mic. Well, that may be because of Meek. That might be because of Hillary. But why not a woman? You mentioned in your comments that you'll never vote for a woman to be president. Why? If Oprah Winfrey was going to run for presidency, you wouldn't vote for her? If Michelle Obama wouldn't run for president, you wouldn't vote for her? And the funny thing is, if we're talking political now, if you look at Trump If you really look at Trump compared to Obama, I'm not talking their platform, I'm not talking their ethics, their codes, or whatever. If you look at them just as people, it, Obama was a classy dude. He was extremely classy. You might not have liked all of his rules or politics, and that's fine. But if you look at the two guys comparatively speaking, if the stuff that Trump did, Obama did, he would have been sacrificed immediately. Trump is getting away with murder. We're letting him get away with murder, and nothing's happening. You can be super conservative, Meek. That's fine. But saying a woman can't be president isn't right. That's being sexist, in my honest opinion. That's being completely sexist. Absolutely sexist. Hell, you might have a woman president who makes the next cure for cancer. You don't know that. And you have a right to your opinion, and that's fine. But saying you wouldn't vote for him because she's a woman is just completely sexist and wrong. Absolutely. But if you look at Trump compared to Obama, definitely. Obama was a guy who was, held himself with, a very, very stout man. He was very, very, you could tell the wear and tear it had on him over the 8 years. You could see him getting older, his hair getting grayer. You could see, because, all the stress and the burden of trying to lead the largest free nation in the world. You could see that what role and what burden it had on him. But, he was a classy guy, all in all. He was very, very cool as a president. A guy that was very, very down to earth, especially very, very relatable person. Trump is just an idiot. Absolutely an idiot. I'm looking at them as a person, not what they did, what they sold, what their businesses was. I'm saying how they acted as a person in cabinet. Completely different person. And Obama was a guy that never said I never said class doesn't make you a good president. I'm saying that Obama was a better president. Absolutely. One of the only guys who was able to actually get health care under wraps, to get both the machine of the Democrats and the Republicans to vote on it, even though he had to do whatever he had to do to get it done. That doesn't happen now. Trump came in and said, I can do it better. Has he done it better? Not at all. Trump has done it even worse. We're still just as deep in debt as we were before. He fixed absolutely nothing. He's done nothing to help the people. All he cared about is padding more of his own pocket. Again, my personal opinion. I didn't like any of the candidates in the election. I thought Hillary was garbage. I thought Trump was garbage. And you're going to laugh at me? And Meek, you can laugh as well? I think the person that... Yep. It's funny because... Why is it the government's job? Because you pay taxes, don't you? Simple matter of fact, you pay taxes. Look at Canada. Canada provides free health care to their citizens. Perfect example right there. Perfect example. And it's funny because I was on track a second ago. I got interrupted, but that's okay. I don't know where I was going with that. I was going somewhere. I got derailed. Excuse me. What was I going to say? I'm trying to remember. Now I can't remember. Yeah, I'm assuming Toronto, Toronto Juggalo, I'm assuming you're a Canadian. I'm making the assumption. I'm making the assumption, Toronto. But if he is Canadian, you guys have at least health care. You might have a long waiting list, but you get free health care. That's my point. Obama was able to make that happen, and where nobody in the course of their presidency was able to do it. And he did it. You might hate his politics, you might hate him as a person, but he did something that no one else was able to do, and he did a pretty damn good job of it, in my honest opinion. Again, you might not like me, but that's fine. I'm just not a big fan of Trump at all. From all the diabolic dealings he does, his shady businesses he does, That's true also, MG. He is a bozo. He is a bozo. I don't disagree with you. Hey, you know what? As a teacher, that helped you. And that's fine. You have a right to say, hey, you know what? He helped me out. And that's cool. That's cool. He helped you. And that's what you want. You want to have your government helping you. You don't want to be in fear of your government. You want your government to help you as a citizen. Just like you pay your taxes out to them, you want them to reciprocate and help you back. Absolutely. Absolutely. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Absolutely. So we got politics. What else should we talk about? Let's make a switch right now. Let's talk about something else. How do you know they all made bad decisions, Meek? You're jumping to conclusions. How can you say all these citizens are lower class that are made horrible decisions? You can't make that. You can't make that analogy. You can't make that grouping. This umbrella of everyone is bad. I just don't like his antics. I don't like Trump's antics. I don't like what he's done. I mean, if he does make that North Korea stop the nuclear program, that would be great. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got 10 minutes left. Almost 10 minutes. What else do you guys want to talk about? Let's change gears and get off of politics now. That can run for the entire stream. Excited for new pops. Yep, I can actually show you my pop collection value. I actually have that on. It's an app I use on Amazon, not Amazon, Android. It's called Stashpedia. It was called Poppedia for a while. If you're curious, that is the value of my collection. I'll let it get into focus. That is the current value of my collection. About 6,000. My full value. Any new pops I'm excited about coming out? I know that Jackie was on a hunt for the 10-inch T-Rex. I want to get my hands on that one. I think that one's good. I'm going to be getting, if you guys don't know, you may not know, since they're very, very popular in New Japan. They're popular in the Indies. If you've ever heard of the group called the Bullet Club, which is, but this is right there. I've got one of the shirts on right there, Bullet Club. This is the Kenny Omega shirt on. I'm probably going to do one of those, OMG, probably at Christmas time is probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do a little tour of my actual studio, showcase all the pops off, things like that. That's what I'll probably wind up doing. But as far as the Bullet Club, we have 10 people in chat. Thank you guys for sticking along. They're going to be coming out with, I know they're coming out with Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks. They're coming out with Funko Pops. They're coming out with a normal version and a Hot Topic exclusive. I do know that for a fact. I think they're going to have a Kenny Omega pop and probably Cody and maybe Marty Scurll. It'd be nice if they get all 5 of them, because I'm definitely going to do those. I'm definitely going to pick those up. I think they're coming out June or July from what the Young Bucks mentioned about halfway through last year. They mentioned they're going to have Funko Pops, which will be very, very cool. I definitely want to get my hands on some of those. As far as other pops, nothing really big jumps out at me. Nothing really big. Maybe a couple of the Jurassic Park stuff. That's about it for right now. I did see the new Overwatch pops. I did like the Sombra, just because I like the translucent plastic. I thought she looks good. Hello, NYC. Thanks for coming in and chat, sir. But yeah, that's the one I really think right now that I want to get my hands on. I don't want the 10-inch Porg. I don't like that one. I have my 10-inch Hulk. And I definitely want to get the 10-inch T-Rex. Yeah, I know the Smallville's coming out. I do know that Smallville's coming out. I have heard that Smallville is coming out. So I don't know what the next set of stuff I'm going to get yet. Let me take a look here at Stashpedia and see if they have anything. Because one of the things they tell you about is all the new stuff that's coming out. So let me look here if I see anything that's whets my interest. I know they have the new Hulkbuster, which is busting out of the Hulkbuster armor. Let's see here. I tried to get that stupid Toucan one, the Fruit Loop guy, but there was a 505 error. There was huge amounts of issues when that pop was out. I was trying to get one. I was not able to snag it, unfortunately. I tried my best. I mean, I was there for close to 2 hours in the refreshing the page, going back, going forward, trying to get that damn pop. I could not get my hands on it. Yes, I have. Yep, OMG, I saw it. I told people in chat, no spoilers. I don't want any people. I don't want the movie spoiled at all. So if you guys have seen it, definitely no spoilers. I did like it. Good flick. Would recommend it. Well worth the 10-year build-up, in my honest opinion. Which 2-pack? The 2-pack with the dinosaur and Ned? Nerdy guy? I think that's an Entertainment Earth 2-pack, I believe. I saw that tons at FYE. If that's the one you're talking about. If you're talking about that particular one, I know for a fact I've seen that one at FYE. Let me see something here. Let me do a check here. Sick Park. Let's see here. I think you mean that one. Right there. Jackie, is that the one you're talking about? I think that's the one you're talking about. That's the only 2-pack I know of. It's usually at FYE. It's an Entertainment Earth exclusive. So that's where I would go to pick that up. If there's an FYE by you, definitely go there. I was thinking about getting the Saturday Night Live 2-pack, the D in the Box, which is an inside joke. They actually made pops for that. I was tempted to get that one. Nah. Yep. That one was selling for like, I think you can get it cheaper at FYE than $35. I think it goes for like $24, $25, I believe, at FYE. I could be wrong. But definitely I would go to FYE to get it if you're looking to get that 2-pack. I wasn't a big fan of that 2-pack. Just, it wasn't for me. Didn't really like it. We have 8 people in chat still. Awesome. Yes, I mean, it's an okay 2-pack, but not one I wanted. I did pick up, as far as the Infinity War Pops goes, I did pick up a Iron Spider. That's the only one I've gotten so far. I saw the white giant one. I've seen him. Definitely seen him. I was tempted to get him, but I decided to hold off. I have a few Game of Thrones pops. Not a lot. I have a few. I do want to eventually get the Daenerys sitting on Dragonstone. I think that one looks very, very cool. I want to get that one because it's sort of like a diorama piece. I want to get my hands on that one. I think that will be a very cool pop to get. I saw it at GameStop. I definitely want to get my hands on that Daenerys set. I think it looks very, very cool. Absolutely. Heck yeah. That's one of the ones I do want to get my hands on. Probably not now, though, but sometime down the line, definitely want to get my hands on it. And look at that. Reinstalling the stream, I've had no issues with it. Zero. No issues with the sound, no issues with the latency. It looks good so far. Really? Really, NYC? They messed up your order? Interesting. But OMG, I definitely would recommend definitely seeing Infinity War as soon as you can. And there is a credit. There's a scene at the end of the credits. Stick till after the credits. There's a very, very cool after credit bit as well. Yep. Each their own, Meek. Each their own. I slowed down on Funko myself. Sold a lot of stuff. I've slowed down a few just because they're sort of ramping up for San Diego Comic-Con. They have a new 2-pack for Dragon Ball. It's Goten and Trunks doing the fusion dance. Oh, cool. NYC. That was the giant one, when he was a white, right? For Game of Thrones, I believe. Hello, Melissa. How's it going? Yep. I believe he's a 6-inch pop too. I think he's 6 inch. I believe he is. Thank you for subbing in the channel. And my thing didn't go off again. Damn it! I don't know why. Grrr. Definitely well worth the movie. Definitely. If you're familiar with the movies, at least there's a lot of homage to all the other Marvel movies. I'm assuming OMG you've watched those as well. Definitely worth the hype. Absolutely worth the hype. Definitely see it. I'd recommend seeing it probably at a matinee showing over the weekend, somewhere in the afternoon time. That's what I would recommend. Get the better deal. You'll save money on tickets. 3D or normal, there wasn't a whole lot of 3D scenes in it. I saw the normal version, not the 3D one. There were parts that you could tell that were built for 3D, but I would just pick the one. I would pick the cheaper of the two movies, if you want my honest opinion. I would just see the normal version. Absolutely. That's what I recommend. But definitely see it. You want to see it, and it is a 2-part movie. So there's going to be part 2, I believe, next year. You can see it in IMAX. I have issues with IMAX because the size of the screen is so big. I get very, very bad vertigo when I see it. I actually get nauseous when I watch it, especially when you have the special glasses or they give you a headset. I get extremely nauseous when I watch it in IMAX. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. OMG, you will not be disappointed. How old are your kids? Or how old are your niece and nephews? Just curious. Are they teenager age? Are they older? Are they younger? If they're a little younger, it might be a bit much. I mean, if they're like 7 to 10 year olds. Let's see here. You've seen. Hey, Nitro. Thanks for coming back. The last Thor movie, without knowing the last Thor movie, the beginning of this film won't make sense. I'll tell you that now. If you didn't see the last Thor movie, you might be a little confused. So definitely you want to take a look at, if you get some time, watch Ragnarok. It is a very, and I mean very good movie. I wasn't a big fan of the last Star Wars movie. I thought it was garbage. But OMG, definitely, if you get time, definitely take a look at the Ragnarok movie. I think you'll like it. There's a lot of comedy. Very, very good movie. You said they're 12 and 9. There might be some intense parts in that movie that might rattle them a little bit. Maybe. So just be aware of that. Near the beginning, there's some pretty intense moments. Just you'll know when it's coming. I've heard about the Hulk exclusive, him busting out of um, the Hulkbuster armor. It looked okay. I don't think it was the best one. And Meek, I will agree with you on that. Ragnarok was way better than Black Panther. Way better. I really like Ragnarok. If OMG, if you want to watch a really good movie, very, very good movie, good action, good storytelling, good plot, good everything, definitely watch Ragnarok. Absolutely. It's a very, very good movie. I highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. It should be coming out to DVD soon. It should be. It's what? 6 months old now? 7 months old? Something like that? It should be coming out pretty soon. No, it's not that old. What, 4 months old? I think it's 4 months old. But yeah, absolutely. So we're going to wrap up that stream soon, guys. What else you want to talk about? Last comments, let me know. Let's see here. I recommend watching Captain America: The First Avenger. It actually is a very, very good movie. It really is a good film. Yeah. I recommend the Captain America: First Avenger. If you've never seen it, definitely take a look at it. It's a very, very good film. Absolutely. But if you want to watch one movie to prep you for Ragnarok, excuse me, to prep you for Infinity War, watch the Ragnarok movie, the Thor Ragnarok. It's very, very good. Winter Soldier was good. I don't disagree with that. They were both good. Cap 1 and Cap 2, I like both of them. I thought Winter Soldier was a better movie than the first one. I do agree about that. But Ragnarok was a very good movie as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, so we're past 10 o'clock now. Anything else you guys want to talk about before I wrap the stream? Next week is probably going to be... I think I'm going to do conspiracy theories next week. Or actually, no, I'll probably do supernatural stuff. I'm going to talk supernatural next week. Paranormal and supernatural is going to be next week's stream. That's what we're going to do next week. So I want to thank everybody who stuck out and rode with me through this last hour. Again, thanks for everybody who's stopping by for the stream. The stream is holding strong. I had no issues. It did not break. Everything was fine. It was perfect. So I think I might have fixed my streaming issue. Again, I want to thank everybody who stopped by to come into the stream. I'm going to be cutting the stream off in 3, in 2, and 1. See you guys. Take care. See you next week. And bye-bye.